Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Madeline and I create knitting content here on YouTube. In today's video, I wanted to show you how I'm seaming together my Polygon blanket. So this pattern is available on Ravelry. I'll link it down below. It's a for purchase pattern by Tin Can Knits. And basically the biggest hurdle I faced when making this pattern was how to actually seam all the pieces together. I love the way it looks and how you can do so many different color combinations and kind of arrangement of your different polygons. But to be honest, I left each one of my polygons for about 4 years after I knit all of them before seaming them together, and I finally decided it's time. So I just want to go through basically how I managed each one of my tails as I'm seaming. The actual seaming process I used, you can find in a different YouTube video. I believe it's by River City Yarns, and I'll be sure to link that one down below because I found that video really helpful and I love how the seams turned out using her method. But just to go over how I'm actually knitting mine. So I started down here at the bottom right corner, and basically I did the two blues together. Then I added on the oranges, did another blue, and now I'm on an orange row. Just finished that one, so now the next row is gonna be this color. And the biggest thing I found helpful is actually something I did when I was still knitting these. And that's that for each polygon, for my cast on tail, I actually left about 1 yard of extra yarn. And these are the pieces of yarn I'm using to seam them together. And I'm glad I did this, mainly because this way, first off, I didn't have to weave in that cast on tail. And second off, now I can just use this tail and I don't have to add an extra piece of yarn and then weave in those two ends as well. So the way I'm actually maximizing use of each one of these tails is that when I line up each one of my pieces, I line it up so that these pieces of the cast on tail basically are down in kind of the bottom left corner. And I just go all the way up the row, laying these down. So you can see each one, it's in the bottom left corner. And now what I'm going to do to seam each one of these together, for this first one I'm actually going to use my previous piece of cast on from the orange one, and I'm just going to go right up this seam. So putting these two together. Then I'm going to take the next cast on tail from my next white polygon, and I'm going to go across these two edges. So I'm going to seam these two together first with this tail. Then I'm going to go up this edge, so seaming these two edges together. Then I'm going to turn and go all the way up this edge, seaming those two together. So basically I've taken this one tail and done 1, 2, 3 seams. Then for my next one, I'm gonna pick up this next tail and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 seams again. And I'm just gonna continue going all the way up. And then once I finish going all the way up that row, I just go back and I weave in each one of those tails. So that way, I think this row has about 8 or 9 polygons. That way I only have to weave in 9 ends, and they're ends I would have had to weave in anyway because they're my cast on tail. So I hope you found that tip helpful. If you have any questions or comments about how I weaved in my ends or set up my blanket, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to answer it. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe too. I do put out a lot of knitting tutorials, and I'll see you next time. Bye.